ain't shit. No, it's your daddy or your granddaddy. That's the problem.
Hello, queens and some kings if you're watching. This is the 8th episode of the Worth It movement, and I'm so excited. Okay, so because of my little intro, you may know where I'm going with this episode. So the topic for this week is all men are the same. They are. I don't care. Psych. I'm only kidding. So, despite my not so good relationships and situationships and just failed ships and Titanics of relationships that I have had, which weren't a lot, but we're not gonna get into that right now. But anyway, I don't believe all men are the same. What I will say is all men have the same tendencies, but depending on their maturity level and how they choose to go about certain situations puts them in the category of all men are the same. And also, once a cheater, all's a cheater. Now that's another topic. I mean, we're going to touch onto the cheating thing, but that's that's based on why we say all men are the same when it comes to cheating. But the once a cheater, always a cheater, I don't know, because I do believe that there is going to be one girl that really corrects a man and makes him fight for their love and makes his, I don't know. And even if he does cheat on her first or whatever happens, because she's dealing with the immature version of him, if she sticks around, I probably wouldn't stick around, but if she sticks around and then sees the full grown-up man and the mature man, then maybe it'll work, but I don't know. I don't have time for that. But anyway, so example that I would say about why I think that all men have the same tendencies. And I actually wrote a blog post about this like a year and a half ago, but of course, never published it because never created a website, but that's coming soon. So one thing that I did say is that, when it comes to cheating, there could be a situation where you're in a relationship. I'm talking about a man. He's in a relationship and his wife or girlfriend, whoever, they're not satisfying his needs. And that doesn't even have to be sexually. It could be physically. It could be emotionally. Just really isn't satisfying his needs and isn't really being the woman of the house or the relationship or whatever it may be. So choice one a man will make, which is the immature man, is to, instead of communicating and, bringing it to her attention, okay, babe, this is what's going on. I don't like X, Y, Z. Can we find a way? Can we find a resolution? Can we change this? And, that's the mature man. That's number two. But this choice number one, this immature man is going to make is he's not even going to do that. Or he may, because somebody told me about somebody else's relationship that, he was telling her, he was screaming at the top of his lungs, telling her that he was unsatisfied. I heard him, but that's not good communication. First of all, I may hear you, but I'm not going to receive you yelling at me, I want sex, or I want whatever you want, like a child throwing a tantrum in front of friends. You're not going to get nothing out of me. But anyway, so back to choice number one. He's not going to really communicate with you, and he's probably just going to step out without even letting you know, or you find out, or, just play the victim once you find out, well, you wasn't doing this. Then you're going to have that grown man who I'm waiting on God for. That is choice number two. And he's the mature man. He's going to come to you like, listen, I want this relationship to grow. I see a future in you. And these are some things that we're experiencing in our relationship that I think is hindering us from growing. And we're going to sit down, have a nice dinner. I'm going to explain to you the reasons why I don't like certain things that you're doing, the reasons why I want you to do them. And he may, just go into real detail. And so not like guilt tripping you, or because sometimes, as a woman, you may slip, or you just like men, they get comfortable. You may get comfortable and stop doing the things that, your man likes or your man loves. And we always want them to stay how they were in the beginning, and the whole butterfly effect. And we got to live up to that same standard. So with that being said, men have two choices, the immature choice or the mature choice. And hopefully you have a man that's going to choose the mature choice and let you know when you messing up. Now, what I will say is, let me skim through this real quick and pick a point that I had wrote. So, I'm gonna be on the man's side a little bit right now. So what I will say now, there are some women out there that they don't know how to treat a good man because they never seen that before, or they don't know what that looks like, or they take advantage of it, or they get comfortable. So they might treat you like shit. That song that was playing earlier, that's how they might treat you. That's how you may feel about that person. So with that being said, you should still communicate, but you should still get out that toxic relationship, because men don't always make the relationship toxic. Women do too. And I wouldn't say that I made a relationship toxic, but I got a mouth on me. I got a little mouth on me. But no, it comes from a good, genuine place. But anyway, that's another topic. So if you have a woman like that that's just, toxic, and you can't grow with her, and she's forcing you, you feel like she's forcing you to cheat, get out that situation, because you don't want to be labeled as all men are the same. Because once you cheat, her family or friends find out, or whatever the case may be, you're just going to be labeled as a cheater. And it's going to, all the stuff that she was doing or not doing is going to be shadowed. So you don't even want to go through that. And as a man, I scream about being worth it. As a man, you got to know your worth too. Now, ladies, if you got a man that does everything for you, he's a provider, he exceeds all your expectations, that little checklist that you have about what you want in a man, like we talked about last week, he suppressed all of the little checks you can checked away. You need to make sure that you're satisfying that man mentally, physically, even financially, and sexually. If that's, your thing. You need to make sure that you're fulfilling that man in all those areas, because you don't want him to be the one that got away because you were choice too, and you were immature, and you didn't know how to handle certain situations the right way. And I don't think that I've met somebody that got away, because I think that I'm the one that got away. But anyway, like I'm being honest, I don't think that I've had the one that got away, but I do feel like in certain situations, in one situation, that I probably could have been more vocal. And I think my issue is I don't ask enough questions at first. So whoever I date next, I'm sorry, but play question games very often in the beginning. So, so then I just skimmed across this when I read with guys' responses. I love you. I don't care about her. What is that all about? Because if you cared about me, you wouldn't be cheating at the end of the day. Choice one or choice two. If you cared about me, you would not be cheating. Or guess what? You could be single. Did you know that? You can really be single and mingle. You can really do that instead of being in a relationship, in a toxic relationship, hurting feelings, breaking hearts. Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. So, what should I bring up about this topic? Let's see. I wish I had a Q&A right now. That's gonna come soon. But let me just read. Let me see. Okay, so this part is kind of about sex. So what I was saying right here is basically that sex isn't everything at all. It's not everything, because intimacy isn't always about sex. You can be very intimate with your lover, your better half, your soulmate, your whoever, without having sex. And when it comes to a hard time where you think that you may step out, you need to get back to that and get back to the reasons why you started. And if those reasons aren't the same, then you need to leave that relationship, because the outcome is not going to be good, and it's just gonna be a mess. So once again, let me piggyback to the sex. So I feel like you should always just keep it spicy. You can always redo stuff, like you can go go on Amazon and buy lingerie. You can keep your sex life popping. I'm just saying, because Spencer's, you can keep your sex life popping without adding an extra. Maybe that will be for another episode. Because I don't know how I feel about, okay, let's do a little snippet. I don't know how I feel about threesomes. I really don't know, because it sounds cool. Like, oh my God, really? It sounds cool, but I don't want nobody touching my man, and I don't want my man touching nobody else, because that's going to be a problem. So that's just not going to happen. So this episode was, quite fairly short. In conclusion, I don't think all men are the same, like I said previously, but I think they have the same tendencies. And women have the same tendencies as well. But I feel like if we cheat, it's more emotional, unless the girl's just a hoe. If she's just a hoe and you like try to wipe up a hoe and the whole face wasn't gone, she's just a hoe. But when we cheat, it's more emotional. And we may come and communicate with you, but y'all don't listen, or y'all get comfortable. And everybody gets comfortable. You get comfortable with not doing what you used to do, or not trying to do something extra to keep the relationship alive. And then we get comfortable in this relationship that we're scared to leave, because we think, I'm not gonna find nobody, I don't wanna be alone. So then we lose our worth, and we use our, we deteriorate our self-love, and then we may go find it in somebody else. And that may come from just texting online or DMs, anything that you won't put in the forefront of your relationship. And you gotta, like, this is my iPad, but you gotta flip your phone over. It's cheating. I don't care. I don't care if you didn't have sex with the woman. You're cheating if you're texting her after a certain time, and I don't know who she is, what she look like. You're cheating. So with that being said, get it together, ladies, and get it together, men. Be choice number 2. Be mature about the situations. Talk about things. Become better communicators. And just live your life. Bye. I think I just went. I don't even know how to wink.